Every day I realize more and more how God is revealing to me that we're back in the Garden of Eden. You guys know that ever since April 21st of 2025, when Pope Francis died, I looked at April 21st, which is the 111th day of the year. That 111, April 21st, I believe the one is the eye of the snake. April 21st, 2025, again, when the Pope died, the 111th day of the year. At that point, my imagination was open more and more to understand the times. When I was 17, God revealed to me the future of America and the world. I don't know why I froze, but all I can say is that it was overwhelming. You see, because I stuttered and I stayed to myself and I was always in the library, and I stumbled upon ancient information, and somehow, some way I connected it to the future of America and the world. And God revealed to me at that age, at that tender age, the destiny of America. Then I began to write poetry and write music, and then I had an interest in writing, so I wrote for the newspaper, and that is the high school newspaper, then my college newspaper. Then I looked up and got my first position as a columnist. And in time, I began to write about what I felt God was leading me to. But people never understood. And honestly, I didn't fully understand it either. That's been 40 plus years ago. And now I'm here on the internet sharing with you guys all the research that I've done, even currently. We're back in the Garden of Eden. We're at a point where we can say time will be no more. Satan struck through this snake, and this time is for world dominion. What I will present to you will be the Vice President, J.D. Vance, as he visited, and also Donald J. Trump as he visited. I will fuse these two things together with yesterday's football game, in part. And then I will show you something about Drew Brees, shared with me months ago by a guy named John. Everything's coming together, people, just in time for the Super Bowl. Okay, here goes.
I'm trying to get back to it.
Okay, so you're trying to rehab your arm, I guess.
That's J.D. Vance and his wife and a few people from the Army. They're at Walter Reed Hospital for rehab. She's got on the black and white. On the chessboard, when you stay in the middle, you can give money to both parties, both Republican and Democrat, and control both of them. So the black and white is systematic as a game being played. You would think that Republicans and Democrats are polar opposite, just like you would think that Joe Biden and Trump are opposite, yet they're the same. Notice the opening as it began, what happened.
Okay, hey man, how you doing?
They're walking in, and look at his back. The black and the white. And you can't tell me that doesn't look like an X. Does it not? A X. The 24th letter of the alphabet is X. At some point, J.D. Vance, boss, Donald J. Trump will be unalive. he'll be X'd. The first person that J.D. Vance meets,
Hey, very nice to meet you. I saw you do push-ups. You're doing better than I do.
I'm trying to get back to it.
Okay, so you're trying to rehab your arm, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So someone told me you were born and raised in Taiwan. Okay, but then you moved here. Okay.
so a meet and greet at Walter Reed. Walter Reed Hospital was founded on 9/15 of 2011. Take 9/15/2011, Walter Reed Hospital. Yesterday was 11/9/2025 visitation. The difference is 14 years and 55 days. What is 55? Julius Caesar died at 55 years old. He was stabbed 23 times. That's the future, people. Many times they speak through events. Now, Trump becomes the first president to attend regular season NFL games since 1978. I presented this in part yesterday, but one of my subscribers, I don't know if she wants me to give her name, but I'll just say she sent this to me, that not since 1978 has a president been at a actual football game. And who was that president back in the day? None other than Jimmy Carter. Yeah. Mr. Born Again. So, Trump was there. He spoke. President Donald Trump on Sunday became the first sitting president to attend a regular season NFL game since Jimmy Carter. In 1978, appearing at the Detroit Lions and Washington Commanders matchup. In the third quarter, Trump appeared on the Fox broadcast answering questions about his time as a football player at New York Military Academy, opinion on quarterbacks, and more. He talked about Drew Brees. Drew Brees said Drew Brees threw a ball you could catch, was one piece of analysis Trump offered, breaking down the former quarterback's game with his ex-teammate Jonathan Vilma, who was in the broadcast booth for Fox. I would have liked him as a quarterback, Trump said. So Drew Brees, he threw a ball you could catch. See if we can decode that. He threw a ball you could catch. See if we can get that spontaneous. He threw a ball you could catch. See if I got all my spelling right. C-A-T-C-H. He threw a ball you could catch. He threw a ball you could C-O-U-L-D. You could catch. Drew Brees, right? Okay, we will put that in gematria calculator. I'll look at it later and see if it means anything. He threw a ball you could catch, Drew Brees. Anytime it's highlighted, you know it means something. So yeah, we'll come back to that. Drew Brees, B-R-E-E-S, Pearson. B-R-E-E-S. B-R-E-E-S. Okay, let's do that. B-R-E-E-S. Is that it there? Drew Brees. B-R-E-E-S. B-R-E-E-S. Well, we have 365. We know that's a full year. Okay, let's come back to this here. This is what I did earlier. Check it out.
Look, boys and girls, it's President Trump. Wow! It's President Trump! Look! Or the way Glenn Miller played. So to make the hit parade. President Trump!
I will not call him that until this shutdown ends. I am on strike. July 12th, 1930. Detroit Lions was one of the teams. Was founded July 12th, 1930. July 12th, 1930. July 12th, 2026, their next birthday. Today is 11/9/2025. Shutdown ending. The difference is 84. Who was born August 4? Would that be Barack Obama? What we got next? The Washington Commanders. Yeah, they were founded July 9th, 1932. July 9th, 2024. Birthday last year. January 20th, 2025. That's when Trump was inaugurated. The difference is 614. And what is 614? Let's find out what that means so you can learn. That's Trump's birthday. In this video and the one before that, I predicted that the shutdown would end, and it did. Just had to have House approval in a few days. So I did a video on it. I did a live video last night, shutdown, and I also predicted it here. Looks like government shutdown ends. Snake number 111. Now let's get into this thing. Here's President Trump. President Trump is in the announcer booth yesterday. And you'll see him. I'm gonna go to the 110 mark. I'm not sure if I can play this for copyright, but here you go. He's right there with John Vilma and Kenny Albert. And again, they talked about Drew Brees. Then they showed Donald J. Trump, number 85 when he played football, 85, okay? Now, I made that a date, 8/5/2025, from 11/9, yesterday's football game, 2025, you get 97. The 97th day of the year is 47, April 7th, like Trump. Is that coincidence? Now look, Jimmy Carter, again, he witnessed a football game in 1978, okay? That was October 2nd, 1978, Jimmy Carter was at a football game. 11/9/2025, Trump was there yesterday. The difference is 47 years, 111. There's your snake eyes again. Remember, the Pope died on the 111th day of the year, April 21st. People, they are speaking through events. We are close to the one world / one religion / economic / Antichrist system. And they're speaking through events, okay? We're also a day closer to our coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. So what are the odds you take Jimmy Carter when Jimmy Carter was at a football game all those years ago, November 2nd, 1978, versus today. 47 is Trump and 111 is Snake Eyes. What are the odds? Then look, here's Jimmy Carter's birthday, October 1st, and he died on December 29th. Now watch this. October 1st, 2025, Jimmy Carter born anniversary. 11/9 was yesterday, Trump at the football game. The difference is 111. Like I told you guys, the snake eyes is real. God is using me. He's using me. And I want to show you guys what's going on. Now, let me show you this here. 10/29 is the death date of Jimmy Carter. 11/9, Trump was at the football game. The difference is 111 again. I know, right? Then look, Jimmy Carter became president January 20th, 77. January 20th, 2026, anniversary, Jimmy Carter. 11-9 yesterday. Trump at the football game. The difference is 72 days. What's 72? The 72nd day of the year is March 13th. What is March 13th? That's when the Pope became the Pope. He was ordained, so to speak, March 13th. Isn't that something? Now look, remember the Pope died on 4/21? Take 4/21/2025 versus the day he became the Pope, 3/13/2013. The difference is 4422. What is 4422? The game yesterday that Trump was at. You should be screaming. What are the odds? Trump was there at that game. 44 got to be Barack Obama, allegedly. And 22, remember there's a V on top of Barack Obama's head in the movie iPad Go 2. There's the 20, there's the 22. V is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. Seconds later, after he switched this V, the American flag shreds, literally. See the flag? It literally breaks in two. A piece there and a piece there. And it's midnight for America. Then everything begins to just destroy. Look at that. They're speaking, people. They're telling us through football events and other events. Then look, 1/20/1977, Jimmy Carter was president. 1/20/2025, Trump became president. The difference is 48. What happened on April 8th last year? An eclipse, an X came over the earth. Did it not? Did it not? So when you see, when J.D. Vance walked in, what did you see? You see the X. It's like a formation, isn't it? Has a few different designs, but you see the X. You understand? They're consistent. They're telling you what the future is. Somebody's going to be X'd. The world, America, and like I said, unalive Donald J. Trump. It's going to be a fake move. They're doing it to create chaos. They're going to do it. 4/8 is X. April 8th of last year, X was in the sky, was it not? Now look, Trump, when he was doing his play-by-play, he did a play-by-play, a few downs. He called a few plays. This guy, Jacare Krosky, he's a running back. He ran the football. Look at his number, 22. What are the odds? Now look, his birthday, April 12th. Take April 12th, 2025, his birthday this year, versus Trump's birthday, 6/14/2024 this year. The difference is 64 days. What's 64? Barack Obama, he's 64 years old, the Antichrist. They're telling you, people. They're telling you. Now look, March 4th, 2021, Drew Brees retired. March 14th, 2021. Take March 14th, 2026, and Trump mentioned Drew Brees, and they all talked about Drew Brees, how great he was. Okay? So that's his anniversary of him retiring. 3/14/2026. Trump's birthday is 6/14/2025. The difference is 274 days when you bring the dates close. And that reminds you of what? Where we're going. Sol Invictus. Listen.
Sun was a sun god whose cult became increasingly popular in the later Roman Empire. The origin Invictus, meaning unconquered sun, was a sun god whose cult became increasingly popular in the later Roman Empire. The origins of Sol Invictus trace back to ancient Roman and Eastern traditions, but it was Emperor Aurelian in 274 AD who officially established Sol Invictus as a state deity. Aurelian, seeking to unify the diverse religious beliefs within the empire, built a grand temple in Rome dedicated to Sol Invictus and declared December 25th as a festival honoring the sun god, symbolizing renewal and strength. The cult of Sol...
This is where they want us to go, people. And eventually it will blend into the sun god Ra, Egypt. Right now we're under the Roman Empire rule. Once Trump is unalived, it'll be a fake moment. But once he's off the world stage, you'll then have Barack Obama with the Egyptian sun god Ra. It's deep, y'all. We're going to that moment. Now check this out. Here's Drew Brees. Like I said, they were upholding him yesterday, talking about Drew Brees. I mean, it was so obvious to me. They just kept talking about him yesterday. They kept talking about Drew Brees, how great he was. They were literally talking about him yesterday. And once they brought him up, this guy was a teammate of him, Jonathan Vilma. And they were praising him. This is his birthday, January 15th, 1979. Take January 15th, 2026, his next birthday, because right now I believe he's 46, right? Drew Brees is 46. He'll be 47 in January. He's going to come back symbolically as Trump. As Trump, symbolic of Trump, because he's 46 now. At 47, he'll come back. He'll be 47 years old, and he'll be ready for the Super Bowl. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been having people throw stuff in my ear, and it does seem credible. January 15, 2026, Drew Brees will be 47. 6/14/2025, that's Trump's birthday. The difference is 2/16. And August 4th is the 216th day of the year. That's Barack Obama's birthday.